I look at a face and I decide how to light. And the light for me are my tools for adding atmosphere. And that atmosphere that is mine meets the atmosphere of the person. When that person is being genuinely themselves, they add an atmosphere to that picture. And it's that coming together that when it works. I think my beginnings go back to when I'm 11 or 12. My grandfather had a wonderful old chest of drawers that had clocks and watches and cameras in it. And I loved the beauty of the workings. So in a way I fell in love with the mechanics of photography before I fell in love with actually picture taking. But quite soon, when I was about 13, I bought my first camera. And that's when I started. I didn't formally study. I just started working for a photographer. So I was an apprentice in London. That's why I went to London, to get away from apartheid and to apprentice myself. I look back now and realize every photograph I've taken has been a step down the same road. I really don't feel like I've turned left or right or deviated at all. From the first picture I took, which happened to be a dead fly with a very close-up lens, because I remember buying the camera and not being satisfied with the world looking so normal. And I bought these extension lenses which made me be able to photograph things so closely that the eye couldn't see it. And I think now, what is it about that? It's almost showing a fly in its most naked state in a way that you don't usually see. So I'm photographing quite normally, but just with a little bit of unease. Beauty mixed with an unease. That to me allows the viewer to be frustrated enough that they stay with the picture and make their own decisions, make their own meanings. The world is your oyster when it comes to photographing. There's no need to limit yourself to certain subject matter, as long as you are behind the lens and your obsessions, your subconscious is in every picture. Where photographing a celebrity works well for me, really interests me, I have the attention of the viewer. I have the attention in a different way to if they don't recognize the person. So by recognizing that person, they think that there's something special, or they think that there's something they know about that person. But yet, I'm photographing them displaying everyday human conditions that are fundamental to us, like vulnerability, or envy, or dislike, or hate, or terror. All the things that we recognize in each other. And then you look at the celebrity and realize there's a beautiful normality to us all. There's a vulnerability to us all. We all display it. We all work in the same ways. When one makes a portrait, it's totally original to the two people involved. So I stand there with my 50 or so years of background that has made me the person I am, and the person walks towards me who I'm going to photograph, or I ask to be in the photograph, with all their baggage, all their life's experience. And when we come together, how we communicate, how I light, all the decisions we both make to make that photograph, when we collude together to make that photograph, are incredibly important and will never be matched again, would never be the same the day after, wouldn't be the same with somebody else. And then enter the third person, who is the viewer, who looks at this picture and recognizes something that they know about themselves, and add value and add meaning to it, because it's the viewer who becomes the author of the piece of work. we always think of photography as the capturing of an event. But it's not only that. There's much, much more to photography.